Have you ever considered having a business of your own? Having your own business is a dream held by many people who wish to set their own schedules, do what they love, and utilize their skills and experience to make a living. Although starting a business can be risky, it can also be one of the most rewarding experiences of a lifetime. Being prepared and devoting your time and effort in making your business succeed are keys to profitability and personal satisfaction. Hello, I'm your host, Ruben Ramos. On today's special called Tips on Starting a New Business, founder and principal of the executive coaching group, Trisha Scudder, will join me as we discuss the tips on launching a new business. Welcome to the show, Trisha.
Thank you, Ruben. Thank you for having me on your show. And I'm excited about sharing my business knowledge with all the viewers, especially those people who want to start a new business.
Well, I'm glad that you made it to our show. I thank you very much for taking time from your busy schedule being with us today. And before we get into the topic of starting a new business, let's start with you. Please tell us about your background.
Well, I had a career in advertising. I was a creative director in New York. And here I had this big job, but I realized I didn't know how to manage people. I didn't know how to lead people. And I needed help. So on the QT, I secretly hired someone to teach me about leadership and management. And I got so fascinated with what I was learning and the difference it made in my results and my team's results, our clients' results. And I felt like this was a calling to learn this, apprentice with people who were inventing this new field called business coaching and executive coaching. And I did that. And here it is 24 years later, after I started that business, executive coaching group in New York and Charlotte, and we have coached hundreds of business owners and business leaders.
Wow, that's
and I
fantastic.
Love it. I love it. I was born to do this.
Wow, that's a remarkable background, Trisha. And I know that on today's topic on starting a new business, a lot of people out there contemplate of opening up their own business. They want to break away from corporate America. You hear in the news about layoffs and downsizing. But a lot of people, when they think about opening up their own business, they have these high expectations. Sometimes they could be a little bit unrealistic. Can you tell us what illusions people have before opening their new business?
Well, one of the illusions that I hear most often is you'll be your own boss, as if, you know, you can come in anytime you want and you can just, phone it in from the beach. You have many bosses. When you have your own business, you have your customers and clients that you have to please and deliver for. You have your employees that you have to motivate and train and give opportunity to. You have your vendors you have to have a strong relationship with and treat right. Perhaps a board, investors, your community. So you and the bills to pay. So you have definitely many bosses. It's not the picnic that people with that illusion think. Another illusion I hear is that, well, you can just write a paycheck any amount to yourself. I don't know where people get that idea, as if, the money just grows on a tree. No, you have to earn that money. And then people will say, oh, you can just write it off. Buy this, you can just write it off. Well, that's crazy. A more sophisticated illusion is that having a passion for what you do, maybe a passion to have your own accounting firm, a passion for opening up a hair salon, designing clothes, opening a restaurant, being a consultant, taking the knowledge you have. Maybe you learned a terrific profession and in the corporate world, and now you want to go out on your own and start your business. Having the passion is not enough. In fact, it can be a pitfall. I'll tell you a story about a client of mine that illustrates this pitfall that it can be. She'd had her business for 2 years. She was a marketing consultant. She'd done that in a corporation. Now she had her own business doing this. And she was so proud of how committed she was to the business and to her clients that she was working till 10 and 11 every night. She was commuting home, coming back, you know, early in the morning, be back there at 8:30 in the morning. During this time, she got a divorce. She stopped going to the gym. She wasn't eating in a healthy way. And when she became my client, I said, Sharon, you're confusing sacrifice with commitment. They are two different things. They're not the same. They're two different things. You're very committed to this business, but that doesn't mean you have to sacrifice. And as we worked together, she said, I realize I've been wanting to prove to myself, to my clients, to my family, how committed I am by how much I'm willing to give up, how much I'm willing to lose. You know, so where was this headed? This was not headed in a good way. So she turned it around, she gave that up, and she turned it around by also making a declaration. And the declaration was, the more difference I make to my clients, the more money I earn. Now that gets right to the poor me sacrifice. That kills that, because it starts raising the question, if you're not being paid much, Sharon, then are you really contributing much to your clients? And vice versa. The more value you provide for people, the more they will want to work with you, and the more they will pay for it. So now she switched that so that now it was in harmony, her being well taken care of by the business and her clients being well taken care of by the business. It wasn't a conflict anymore. Now both would happen.
I see.
Yes.
So she kind of found a balance between the two, and that's what she needed to do to be...
that both would thrive, not either or. Yes,
I see.
not either or.